Once again, I want to welcome you formally to the Valedictory Programme in honor of our distinguished professor, an intellectual entrepreneur, I call him, a citizen scholar of notes. I'm talking of no other person than Professor Olukayode Oyekanmi Oyesiku. Please, can we put our hands together for him? Without wasting time, I will implore us to rise as we recite the national anthem, the Ogun State anthem, and of course the Olabisi Onabanjo University anthem to formally commence the program. Thank you.
Nigeria, we hail thee, our own dear native. Nigeria, we hail thee, our own dear native. No tribe and tongue may differ in brotherhood we stand. Nigeria's home. And proud to serve our soul. Immortal land, our flag shall. Be our symbol that truth and justice reign. In peace, over to honor and peace. Because as gain to hand unto our children, our banner. We all sing. Oh God of all creation, grant this our one request. Help us to build a nation where no man is oppressed. And so with peace and plenty, Nigeria shall be blessed.
Ogun State anthem. OOU Anthem.
Olabisi Onabanjo University. We are the pride of our father's land. Here men of character and great knowledge are produced. We blaze a trail in a mother's land. Excellencia, humana and patriots. Also, we shine knowledge
Chancellor of this great university, and of course the Chairman of Governing Council, the Vice Chancellor, and other distinguished members of the university management, other distinguished personality at the high table here, our celebrant of today and his amiable wife, we welcome you, and of course the KBACs, His Excellencies in our midst, distinguished members of the audience. Once again, I want to welcome you to the Valedictory Programme in honor of the former Vice Chancellor of Chancellor University of Education, the former Dean Faculty of Social and Management Sciences of Olukayode University, Professor Olukayode Oyesiku. Can we put our hands together for this accomplished scholar? Thank you very much. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, let me quickly recognize distinguished personality at the high table here. Of course, the university is here today, complete here today, to celebrate this exemplary leader in our midst today. I start the recognition from the Pro-Chancellor and the Chairman of Governing Council of Olabisi Onabanjo University, our distinguished Professor of Material and Metallurgical Engineering. I call him an intellectual entrepreneur, a distinguished university administrator, and of course, presently, a very sound boardroom expert. Put our hands together as I introduce to you Professor Toyin Ashiru OON. Once again, is the chairman of today's occasion. Incidentally, is the chairman of the Governing Council and the Pro-Chancellor of Olabisi Onabanjo University. Once again, you are most welcome, sir. Next to him, there on the left-hand side of the Pro-Chancellor, is the headman of this great university, another distinguished scholar, a distinguished alumnus of this great university, who is very much interested in moving this university to world-class standard. I'm talking of the Vice Chancellor of Olabisi Onabanjo University, Professor Ayodeji Olayinka Johnson Agbola. Let's put our hands together. Thank you very much. We can appreciate our Vice Chancellor more than that. Let's put our hands together. Great Oyites and the greatest Oswites, greatest of the greatest Nigerian students, and the greatest Bobo, and the greatest Gagba, and the greatest Gagba Kulu Kulu. Thank you very much. Next to the Vice Chancellor there is another distinguished alumnus of this great university, the Deputy Vice Chancellor of Academic, Professor Olatudu Abosede Oderinke. Put our hands together for her. Thank you very much. Of course, we are expecting the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Administration, Professor Charles Olufemi Adekoya will soon join us. It's on an assignment. He will soon join us. Thank you very much. Next to him there is the University Librarian, Professor Feitola Ike Onifade. Thanks for coming. We appreciate you. Thank you very much. Next to the University Librarian there is the Chancellor of the Exchequer of this great university. We call him the Bossa, Mr. Olufemi Shoun. Thank you very much. We appreciate you. Of course, we could say the distinct appearance of the celebrant of today. Further introduction will come later as I introduce to you Professor Olukayode Oyesikun. Thank you very much. We are not clapping, put our hands together for him. Of course, it will be incomplete not to recognize the Kábíyèsí Maporosa. Only a papa comfort, more to be put without Papa Kiji. Professor, our distinguished professor wouldn't have gotten to where he is today. Thank you very much as I introduce to you Mrs. Faustina Oyesiku, the former university librarian of this great university, Olabisi Onabanjo, and of course the immediate past Nigerian university librarian of Chancellor University of Education. Thank you very much. Of course, I will want to specially recognize, without missing words, and apologize for this omission. When you have the chairman of Governing Council, of course, you will have the secretary of Governing Council of Olabisi Onabanjo University. I thought I would come and pipe it up at the end of my introduction to tell you that the registrar of this great university is very much in our midst, Mr. Femi Ogunmoju, who is equally the secretary to Council of Olabisi Onabanjo University. Thank you very much. Also in our midst is the Dean Faculty of Social Sciences, Professor Dele Otulami. Thank you very much. We equally have the Dean Faculty of Administration and Management Sciences, Olabisi Onabanjo University, Professor Muse Sholanke. Thank you very much. Of course, the Provost, College of Engineering and Environmental Study, Professor Bashir Odufuwa. Thank you very much. Of course, Kábíyèsí sà, Kábíyèsí sà, Kábíyèsí sà, Ògbótúnlélé sà, Yorùbá ní pé àfa sọ̀rọ̀ ojú kan, Ọlọ́run jẹ́rìí òun. I mentioned earlier that the Deputy Chancellor will join us in this because he's very much around here. The Deputy Chancellor Administration, Professor Charles Olufemi Adekoya, the legal luminary in our midst. Thank you very much. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I will now want to hand over the mic to my partner, Dr. Larry Akinola. Once again, I'm Dr. Wale Balogun from Corporate Affairs Division, Olabisi Obanjo University. Thank you very much.
Distinguished elder statesmen, my Lord, spiritual and temporal, welcome again. Also to let us know that we have children of the celebrant here. And so when I call them, they will also stand up for recognition. Olukayode Oyesiku, the son of the celebrant. He has pleaded with me not to say what I know about him, so I'm not going to say it. And also Simisola Oyesiku. When you see the two of them, you can see that they scored 1-1 with Duro Council. Dr. Simisola Oyesiku. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Representing the former Federal Road Safety Corps Commander, we have in our midst Corps Commander Azubike Oyeme. Thank you so very much, sir. Thank you for coming. And I also have two distinguished scholars of legal studies. My own mother, Professor Mojisola Ogungbe. You're welcome, ma'am. And I also have Professor Musimola Imasoge. You're welcome. At this point, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, permit me to invite the Dean of my own faculty, Faculty of Social Sciences, Professor Thomas Dele Odulami, to come and give his welcome address. Prof.
Thank you very much. The Pro-Chancellor and the Vice Chancellor of the best university in Nigeria, Professor Johnson Agbola, distinguished members of the management of the university, permit me to maintain the protocols that have been established here today. It is my privilege to welcome you all to another epoch-making occasion in this university. In the last couple of days, Olabisi Obanjo University has had cause to be in the limelight, globally for great reasons. Unfortunately, I'm talking in oxymoronic terms. We are reluctantly releasing one of our brightest brains, a distinguished global scholar, an intellectual giant, one of the longest, in fact, the longest serving academic or non-academic staff of this university, Professor Olukayode Oyesikun, who is taking a step in his phase of sojourn in life. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished audience, you will recall this month alone in the Faculty of Social Sciences, we have had cause to reluctantly release two of our best brains for another phase in their life's journey. These are Professor Sharifdeen Teller, a world-class economist who also retired in the course of the month. And this is now coming, Professor Oyesiku's retirement or disengagement from active service also coming at a time like this when we will need their service most, but we've been assured that it's just a phase. They will be serving us still in another perspective. Professor Oyesiku has pioneered many great feats, both nationally and internationally. Some of this will be noted when the citation is being read, and I pity whoever is coming to read the citation today, because I don't know how he's going to do justice to that. Professor Oyesiku has been a mentor. He's been one of the most prolific intellectuals that we have ever witnessed in this part of the globe. And most of the distinguished guests in the hall today will have, at one point or the other, had something to do with this great intellectual icon that we are celebrating. And it is against this backdrop that I welcome you to this 3-in-1 occasion. The first being that we'll be having the privilege again to record for posterity some of the brilliant ideas and thoughts of this great scholar, setting for us agenda that we are supposed to ruminate upon in the intellectual circle for a long time to come. That is through his Valedictory Lecture. We'll also have the privilege of getting for posterity 2 of his productions, that is publications coming from his intellectual stable, apart from the general honor that we have the privilege to partake in today. It is on this note and against the backdrop that I welcome you to this occasion and implore you to bear with us as we honor this great Nigerian, great citizen of Ogun State, and great scholar of Olabisi Onabanjo University. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Can we appreciate the Faculty of Social Sciences once again? Thank you very much. Mr. Chairman, other distinguished personality at the high table, our distinguished members of the audience, before I will invite our amiable Vice Chancellor to the podium, let me quickly recognize the former Vice Chancellor of this great university, Professor Saburi Adedina Adesanya. You are most welcome. Please, can we appreciate him? Thank you very much. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it's now time for me to invite to the podium the Vice Chancellor of this great university, Professor Ayodiji Olayinka Johnson Abuola, to give the program. You are not clapping once again. Thank you very much.
The chairman of the Governing Council of this great university, incidentally happened to be the chairman of today's occasion, Professor Toyi Ashiru Owe, the principal officers of the university, other professors and members of Senate are present, the Royal Majesties and Highness Kabiyesi, the celebrant of today, Professor Olukayode Oyekanmi Oyesiku, his family members, friends, and associates here are present. My mentor and leader of note, Professor Babiro, and his amiable wife, the Vice Chancellor that started the 2nd generation University of OOU, Professor Saburi Adesanya. Other distinguished guests here present, gentlemen of the press, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Greatest OOU. You are not here. Greatest OOU. I welcome you all to this special remarkable occasion as we gather to celebrate God's grace upon our esteemed colleague and one of leaders of note, a former Vice Chancellor of Chancellor University, and of course, people that mentor as many people as possible in this university. I'm very sure that out of over 160 professors we have had in this university, close to 100 of them will have passed through him. Since he's one of the foundation staff of this university. Professor Olukayode Oyekanmi Oyesiku, and also bid him farewell after a fulfilled career in academia. As one of his students and mentees, it gives me immense pleasure to stand before you to reflect on the profound impact Prof has had on our university and the field of geography at large. Prof journey with us has been a testament to his unwavering commitment to excellence, his passion for teaching and research, as well as selfless dedication to mentoring generations of students. His impact on the institution has been very profound, and influence extends far beyond the walls of our university. Through his tireless efforts, Professor Oyesiku has inspired countless students, colleagues, and collaborators. His groundbreaking research has advanced understanding of geography, and his contribution has improved the lives of many. His leadership, wisdom, and generosity have made our university a better place for all to emulate. As we celebrate this achievement, we also acknowledge the memories we have shared, the laughter, and the moment of triumph. We will miss his guidance, his humor, his infectious enthusiasm. However, we continue to take comfort in knowing that his legacy will continue to inspire and motivate us. As we bow out today, Prof, you are leaving us with a mixture of sadness and gratitude. Sadness because we miss his presence dearly, but gratitude for the invaluable contributions he has made to our institutions and the profound impact he has had on all of us and by extension the country at large. As we begin this new chapter in your journey, we offer our heartfelt gratitude for your service, your wisdom, your unwavering dedication. Your impact will be felt for generations to come, and I wish you all the best in your future endeavors. I thank you for rapt attention.
Thank you very much, and we appreciate the Vice Chancellor of this great university once again. Mr. Chairman, sir, distinguished members of the high table, our distinguished guests, great Nigerian students. Thank you very much. Now, before I will invite the chairman of today's occasion, who incidentally is the chairman of the Governing Council of Olabisi Obanjo University, the Pro-Chancellor and chairman of the Governing Council of Olabisi Obanjo University, I want us to take note of this fundamental. From the famous quote of William Shakespeare, 12th Night, he says, "Some are born great." Am I right? Yeah. Some achieve greatness, while some have greatness thrust upon them. Of course, this quotation or this quote symbolizes the chairman of today's occasion and at the same time our distinguished celebrant of today, who I would say was born great, achieved greatness, And of course, equally, equally maximize the opportunity available at the right time to become a professor in life, and at the same time, the Vice Chancellor of Tertiary and University Education. May I now invite the chairman of today's occasion, the chairman of Governing Council of Olabisi University, Professor Toyin Ashiru, OON, the Otunba Awujale of Ijebu-Land. You are not clapping. If I start mentioning the title of our professor, you will marvel. That will come later. Thank you very much. Please keep clapping as we have the chairman of today's occasion move to the podium. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon. I was tempted to be lazy and say that I will stand on the existing protocol. But my instinct tells me no, I shouldn't do that. So if I've missed out anybody in my protocol, it's not out of disrespect. It's completely the fault of the guy who just left here. Let me start with a protest. Professor Oyesiku, you promised to hang out with me till my tenure finishes at the post chancellor. You are not distracting me. But then, I know how to catch you. The Vice Chancellor, sir, Professor Ayodeji Agbola, the principal staff of the university, I'm again not to that protocol. If I mention names in the wrong order, it's not out of respect, it's out of ignorance of this woman. Let me also recognize the principles of universities I've already done. The Cabinet Sir Oba Lake of Ibaland, His Royal Majesty Oba Gbadebo, Oba Adidotun Aremu Gbadebo, Jalaki and Prof of Ibaland, Oba Alatishe, my brother, my friend, you're welcome, sir. Igbegode of Osa Ijebu, Oba Isaka Ajede of Ilado, Kábíyèsí Oba Moshood Arani Adebayo, Aṣíwájú of Agowoye, Otunba Adesonobanjo, the Ọ̀gbẹ́ni Ọjà of Ijebu-Land, my brother Ẹ̀gbọ́n mi àtàtà, the former Pro-Chancellor of this university, the man who moved us under his supervision, we are moved to the present permanent site. And I'm sure you can all see how beautiful this place is. It's like you are entering Honolulu or you are somewhere in Orlando, Florida. You're welcome, sir. Chief Sonny Kuku, Eulogy of Ijebu, your brother of Ijebu-Land. Kábíyèsí, sir. All other distinguished personalities here, commissioners. Let me also quickly recognize my former boss, Professor Femi Babero, former Vice Chancellor of London Ibadan. If I did not do this well, blame him. He was the one that taught me how to do all these things. So it's his fault. And his amiable wife, Professor Saburi Adesoya, former VC of this great university, Professor Banjo, VC of Towson as sister institution, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, all other protocols observed. I am sorry if I've missed you out. It's not deliberate. What a joy it is to stand before you on this exceptional day as we honor a truly remarkable erudite scholar. I'm delighted to welcome you all to this celebration of one of our university's most esteemed academics. As the Chancellor and Chairman of the Council, and more importantly, as a senior brother to Professor Olukayode Oyesiku, it's a great pleasure and honor for me to share this momentous occasion with two caps. I've known Prof. Olukayode Oyesikun for over 2 decades. A bond of mutual respect and admiration nurtured through my cousin, Architect Prof. Former rector of Gbenga Polytechnic. Otunba, are you there? Thus, we have been relating to each other like brothers from the same family. He has an especially sunny and affable personality that you cannot miss. Today, we gather to celebrate the extraordinary career of a man who has devoted nearly 41 and a half years to this great institution. You may find that I'm putting half into it and not approximate, because every half year counts when you are having as much fruitfulness as has rendered, and so much fun as has given to this university. Prof. Oyesiku, who is affectionately called Kayode, or whom I affectionately call Kayode, is the longest serving member of our university community. Not by age, but by his remarkable tenure. For over 26 years, he has been a professor in this university, and more than 29 years as a Senate member. I see that record anywhere. He has set records and milestones that are nothing short of inspiration. If dedication were an Olympic sport, we would have awarded him a gold medal in dedication. In his 4 years decade at Otunba University, Prof. Oyesiku has been a pillar of development and progress. He was instrumental in creating the master plan for our university in 1986, and his vision is still evident in the beautiful boulevard that welcomes us every day to this campus. I always joke that as a world-renowned expert in transportation, the only thing he did not plan was a mini rail transportation system to the campus on the idea. Thus, obviously physically impossible, an ambitious transportation which I am sure he must have envisioned. But being the first time, which have been the first time in Africa, but we will forgive him for that, because with his team, they gave us the most effective and well-planned road network compared to any tertiary institution in Nigeria. You'll be amazed how nice the road network of this university is, how effective it is. You can cross from one arm to the other without making strenuous journey. That is quite well-planned work. Well done, Professor Oyesiku. In 1998, this forward-looking man led the establishment of the first privately built Center of Transport Studies at our permanent site. His leadership during times of infrastructure challenges was exemplary, securing critical resources like scrambling around to get most of transformers at that time, and ensuring the completion of key projects like the dual carriageway road from our university entrance. The first day I entered this university at the post Chancellor, the first thing that attracted me was the dual carriageway that led us to this university. It is fantastic. I'm sure you've all seen it. That is the work of this man that is here today. He was truly and has been our very own academic superhero, sweeping in to save the day wherever challenges arose. Professor Oyesiku's contributions transcend our university borders. He is one of Nigeria's most globally engaged academics, having visited in 7 countries for academic purposes. His expertise is recognized worldwide through his consultancy roles with the United Nations and on sustainable development goals and various governments, on transportation policy and new city development. At the time, with his frequent flying miles, I'm convinced he will have probably circled the globe twice. His academic output is vast, with over 260 publications. I don't have that many, let me confess to you, including 36 textbooks and monographs, 42 journal articles, and 58 chapters in books. Now only you play every day. He has attended over 123 international conferences, delivered more than 35 distinguished lectures, and earned numerous accolades, including the prestigious Senior Fulbright Research Scholar Award in 1996. So we are talking to Fulbright Scholar. It's the life of Clinton. It's actually not Clinton that are Fulbright scholars. That is what this man has achieved. I have it on good authority that it keeps, no, I should say kept. His class suitcase always packed, just in case another conference calls. Professor Oyesiku has held physics scholarship professorships such as Virginia Polytechnic Institute and State University in the US, and was appointed a professor of general studies at the National University of Lesotho. His influence reaches both academia and public policy, serving as a consultant to numerous agencies and as an external examiner for 27 universities. One can only wonder if he has discovered a good way to clone himself. How else does he manage to be everywhere at once? He was truly all over the place. As I celebrate his retirement, we also rally behind his vision to continue enriching academia through the publication of his books. His autobiography is a testament to leadership, and the books written in his honor, covering 47 chapters from various planning fields, will be invaluable resources. The cost of publishing these books is approximately 22 million naira, and I urge you all to contribute generously to this noble cause. It's an appeal so that part of the cost of this publication, if not all, can be recovered. Throughout his illustrious career of Kayode, he has been a true pioneer, blazing trails and pushing boundaries of what is achievable in his field. He was the pioneer vice chancellor of our sister institution, the first university that is dedicated to education in Africa, National University of Education. He accomplished great feats during the period. He left an indelible mark on the world of academia, and his innovative thinking and unwavering dedication has inspired countless others to follow in his footsteps. It is no small task. As he retires, I want to greatly appreciate and especially acknowledge all that he has accomplished and continues to accomplish. His achievements are true inspiration, and I'm honored to pay tribute to him on this special day. May his next phase in life be filled with joy, love, and all the blessings that life has to offer, and of course, a well-deserved break. However, knowing Kayode very well, he might just have started and planning to start another university in his backyard. Before closing, I must not fail to recognize and congratulate his darling wife, my own sister, Mrs. Faustina Adesola Oyesiku, who has been a great pillar of support to him all through this remarkable journey. Her patience and support could probably qualify her for sainthood. In her own right, she is a well-accomplished professional who was the University Librarian at National University of Education, and she has also served distinguishably in our university. I say kudos, madam. Well done. In Yoruba, I say, for the next 50 years, you still be enjoying. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, welcome to this grand occasion. Let us celebrate Prof. Olukayode Oyesiku's legacy and keep alive and elevate his outstanding control of academia. Let us rise, please, and give standing ovation to a pillar of excellence in academia, who has made lasting innovation impacts on our universities, state, nation, Africa, and the world at large. I pray that as you progress in life, you'll be getting more elevation in Jesus' name. Amen. All that you do, you are not going to retire into sickness, you are not going to retire into poverty, you are not going to retire in sadness. Your days shall be long in happiness, joy, and all the good things of God will give you in Jesus' name. I congratulate you.
For those who know our Pro-Chancellor and Chairman of the Council, you will agree with me that akọni ló porí akọni. If we were to read the citation of Professor Ashuri today, you will see that what I've just said is a treason. Once again, sir, thank you very much for that wonderful speech. A round of applause for the Pro-Chancellor. It gives me great pleasure to recognize the presence of the Vice Chancellor of our sister university, the Chancellor University of Education, Professor Wole Banjo. You're welcome, sir. It's also a great privilege to have from Osun State the resident electoral commissioner, Dr. Mutiu Agboke. Where are you, sir? Thank you so much, sir. I also want to recognize a great OOUites, a pride of this university, the corps commander of trades in Ogun State, my own dear brother, Sheni Obuyemi. You're welcome. Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, on your behalf, I want the university to recognize this very young man, a philanthropist, and also one of the many benefactors of this great university. Kindly welcome Captain Said Fabo. Thank you. Now, as we move to the next item, I've had the privilege to read citation of Professor Olukayode Oyekanmi on 3 occasions. Very Herculean. Very, very Herculean. And that was, the last one was about 4 years ago. So just like my dean said, Professor Onide, I pray that God will go with you. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, kindly join me as I invite Professor Sheson Olide to read the citation of our own Olukayode Professor Olukayode Oyekanmi Oyesiku. That means pé àwọn oyè kan wọ́n tún ṣì ń bọ̀ lẹ́yìn. Ẹ̀gbọ́n mi mò ń tẹ̀lé yín lẹ́yìn.
Very many potent protocols have been established today that it will be very comforting for me to stand on the protocol. Not because I'm necessarily lazy, just as the chairman had said, but because very competent people had already established protocols. Double chairman, sir. The Vice Chancellor, sir, Your Excellencies, Kabiesis, His Lordships, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to present to you the citation of one of Africa's iconic scholars, Professor Olukayode Oyekanmi Oyesiku. Professor Oyesiku was born about 66 years ago on Lagos Island, Lagos State, Nigeria, to parents of Egba descent. So he was born in Lagos for Igba land. And he was privileged to have attended the very best secondary school on the continent of Africa. And one of the very finest secondary schools in the whole wide world, the esteemed Baptist Boys High School, Abeokuta, where he passed the West African School Certificate examination in grade 1 division. He then attended another famed institution, the Polytechnic Ibadan, for his General Certificate of Education Advanced Level, and yet another pristine institution, Nigeria's premier university, University of Ibadan, for his Bachelor of Science degree, which he obtained in geography. And in 1980, graduating in the second class upper division. In 1983, Professor Oyesiku obtained from the same prestigious University of Ibadan the Master of Science degree in Urban and Regional Planning, specializing in urban design and transport systems planning. He later obtained another master's degree in development studies with bias in regional transport development planning from the Institute of Social Studies, The Hague, Netherlands. In 1989, he capped his academic laurels pursuits with a doctorate degree in travel behavior modeling, including telecommunications travel pattern relationship, which he obtained from the great University of Benin, Benin City. With this rock-solid educational foundation, Professor Oyesiku was undoubtedly eminently prepared for a life of all-round success. He began his teaching career as an assistant lecturer at Ogun State University, now Olabisi Onabanjo University, Agoiwoye, in 1983, and rose through the ranks to the enviable position of Professor of Urban and Regional Planning in 1998. His primary specialization is transport systems planning and management, new cities and new communities planning, comparative urbanization, and quantitative techniques. As an astute administrator and academic par excellence, Professor Oyesiku was barely 48 years old when fate beckoned on him to become the pioneer Vice Chancellor of the Foundational University of Education in Nigeria, Chancellor University of Education, Ijebu-Ode, Ogun State. Ijebu-Ode, Ogun State, otherwise called TASED. I have it on good authority that he was actually the one that taught a lot of people how to pronounce that acronym, which is the first specialized university of education in Nigeria, the second in Africa, after only University of Education Winneba, Kumasi, Ghana, and the 8th in the world. Thus, from one generation to another, there is no way the global history of universities of education will be written without a mention of this enigma that we are all here to celebrate today. With his appointment as pioneer Vice Chancellor of TASED, Professor Oyesiku made another history by being the first certified town planner to become Vice Chancellor of any Nigerian university. It is on record also that while he was Vice Chancellor of TASED, the university recorded 100% in the first program's accreditation exercise of the university conducted by the National Universities Commission, NUC. And that happened just within 3 years of the university's existence. Before becoming the Vice Chancellor of TASED, Professor Oyesiku had served meritoriously as pioneer coordinator of the Transport Studies postgraduate programs in our University, extinct university, Olabisi University, then now Olabisi Oyekanmi University, head of the Department of Geography, and Dean Faculty of Social and Management Sciences of our great university. It is noteworthy that by 2010, the Center for Transport Studies, which he initiated, had produced over 300 master's graduates and 4 doctorate degree holders. He supervised all the 4 PhD candidates. Until date, has supervised over 21 PhD candidates, as well as over 70 master's graduates. He was also a full-time lecturer in the Masters of Business Administration program of our esteemed university from 1996 to 2005, where he taught courses on research methodology and quantitative techniques and supervised another over 50 MBA dissertations. Professor Oyesiku's penchant for establishing linkages with several local and international institutions on academic capacity development is also legendary. In this connection, it is noteworthy that he established linkages with University of Sussex, United Kingdom, University of Education, Winneba, Ghana, University of Houston, Texas, USA, University of North Colorado, USA, and Obafemi Awolowo University, Nigeria. In 1996, the Chartered Institute of Logistics and Transport International formally recognized the Transport Studies Program, which Professor Oyesiku initiated in our university as the first ever training institution for postgraduate studies in transport and logistics in Nigeria. After his tenure as Vice Chancellor of TASED, Professor Oyesiku also served with distinction as Provost, College of Engineering and Environmental Studies of our esteemed university. Professor Oyesiku is a quintessential and passionate teacher and researcher, as well as a consultant to numerous federal and state agencies and local, international, and private organizations. In this regard, he is a notable bridge between the academic and the organized private sector, especially regarding policy formulation and operations and hands-on demonstration and implementation in the areas of transport, urban and regional planning, as well as several other land use designs. In this connection also, Professor Oyesiku's models have been adopted in planning many cities and regions across Nigeria. Little wonder then that Professor Oyesiku was elected a fellow of the Chartered Institute of Transport, London in 1996, and since 1992 has been member of the very preeminent World Conference of Transport Research Society. Professor Oyesiku's adeptness in academic programs design and physical development initiatives is top-notch. In this regard, it is noteworthy that in this great university, he successfully promoted Nigeria's first ever full-fledged tripartite postgraduate programs in transportation studies, consisting of postgraduate diploma, master's degree, and doctorate degree in transport studies, which necessitated the establishment of Nigeria's first ever Center for Transport Studies. Also, as Vice Chancellor of TASED, he championed through private participation of individuals and corporate organizations a combined university funding worth over 1.8 billion naira. Thus, within 5 years of the university's existence, 19 major physical development projects were put in place without any government involvement whatsoever. I think that deserves a round of applause. An ICT-driven registration and school fees payment regime was also entrenched within the same period. An erudite scholar, acclaimed intellectual, and renowned polymath, Professor Oyesiku was at various times winner of many scholarships, foreign fellowships, awards, and distinctions, including the prestigious Senior Fulbright Research Scholar of USA, Fulbright Alumni Initiative Award grant, also of USA, Netherlands Government Fellowship Program, and the Postgraduate Scholarship Award of the Federal Government of Nigeria. He is also one of the most widely traveled African academics and professionals. His research activities having taken him to over 107 countries spanning Africa, Europe, Asia, and the Americas, as well as over 300 major cities around the world. The fact of Professor Oyesiku having, to his credit, over 328 academic publications in reputable forums across the world, and is having attended 173 local and international learned conferences at which he presented well-received papers, are an eloquent testament to the prolificity, versatility, distinction, and global acclaim as an academic. The high regard that this classic and distinguished scholar has earned among his peers has also manifested by his having been appointed at different times as visiting professor to several first-rate universities and other institutions of higher learning, both locally and internationally. This manifest respect has equally culminated in Professor Oyesiku being appointed as external examiner to over 27 universities at various times. His profound and pervasive contributions to scholarship, community development, and nation building have earned him over 77 recognitions, awards, and acclaims, including but not limited to the following: the Distinguished Centennial Old Boy conferred by the Old Boys Association of Baptist Boys High School, the foremost secondary school in Nigeria; Award of Excellence conferred by the Ogun State Government; Public Service Professional Administrators Award; and special recognition for contributions to life of academic community conferred by Virginia Polytechnic Institute and State University, Blacksburg, Virginia, USA. His resounding community development impact also propelled one of the most revered royal fathers on the continent of Africa, the occupier of the exalted royal throne of Egbaland, and the arrowhead of all Egbas at home and in this diaspora, including this speaker and the celebrant of today, to confer on our distinguished celebrants the prestigious chieftaincy title of Fimoshakin of Egbaland. Professor Oyesiku is an avowed and widely acknowledged sportsman, having consistently played lawn tennis and engaged in swimming in the last 40 years. He was the chairman and captain, respectively, of Gateway Tennis Club, Ijebu-Ode, between 1995 and 2022. His heroic exploits as a celebrity footballer during his days, glorious days at the Great Baptist Boys High School, are also noteworthy. Professor Oyesiku is a passionate family man, a doting husband to his beloved wife, Mrs. Faustina Adeshola Oyesiku, who is a celebrated academic in her own right in the library sphere. He is also a loving father to their adorable children. Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, Your Excellencies, KBSs, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, kindly permit me to be a little bit parochial at this juncture and note that Professor Oyesiku is an epitome of the innumerable qualities of the average Egba man or woman, which include sagacity, uncommon brilliance, courage, dexterity, focus, deftness, immense capability, profound intelligence, and many more. On this note, Mr. Chairman, Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, Your Excellencies, His Lordships, KBACs, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I have the singular honor and rare privilege to present to this iconic audience a most accomplished scholar, a thoroughbred administrator, a man with a Midas touch, who turns whatsoever good thing he lays his hands on into gold, an illustrious son of Oba land, Egbalake, Egbaland, Ogun State, Nigeria, and Africa in that sequence. A professional with uncompromising knack for excellence, a consummate leader by whatsoever parameter conceivable, a teacher of teachers, an incomparable role model, an embodiment of distinction, a thoroughly influential formal and informal mentor, one of the most widely traveled and pervasively decorated African academics, an astute sportsman, an asset of inestimable value to the global academic community and humanity at large, an exceptionally brilliant academic, an indomitable achiever, an unapologetic goal-getter, a committed team player, an ubiquitous benefactor, and an embodiment of immense experience and wisdom. And then a deeply cerebral intellectual giant, Professor Olukayode Oyekanmi Oyesiku. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
The chairman of this occasion, my own brother, Professor Toyin, my Vice Chancellor, the principal officers of this university, my Lord spiritual and temporal, most especially Obalake and the paramount ruler of Egbaland, Baba Akade Pelori, kí bàtà kó pẹ́ lẹ́sẹ̀, kí ìgbà yín kó sàn wájú báyìí lọ. Bàbá kẹ́ iṣẹ́ ọba kó tó kó pẹ́, kí ìgbà yín kó dẹ̀ tó dọ̀kun sí. My other very much distinguished brother royal father, my own people who have been my benefactor as sponsor over the years. There is a particular section of this lecture that I will mention some individuals. My brother Vice Chancellors who are here, particularly that from Tertiary. The former Vice Chancellor here, Professor Adesoya. My was very much senior brother from a different family, Professor Bamiroa and his wife. My president from Association of Nigerian Geographers, the representatives of Charter Institute of Transport and Logistics, the representatives
of the Nigerian Institute of Town Planners, my co-strugglers, the Gateway Tennis Club, the Oslos Club, the Seminar Group from Abeokuta, my immediate family, particularly my senior sister and brother, my members of the great university, Olabisi Onabanjo University, and others where I have actually sojourned. Let me rest on the other aspects of the protocol, as I want to spend a very short time in this presentation. The lecture booklet has actually been distributed, and therefore I need not speak so much grammar. But more importantly, greater than half of what is contained in the lecture has actually been summarized by the chairman of this occasion, Professor Ashu, who has gone at the length to identify part of my contribution to this environment. Professor Olide from the great school, Baptist Boys High School, Abeokuta, who has also documented in the citation, has done a great job in also doing much of my sojourn. You will therefore permit me, Mr. Chairman, sir, to just be very brief on this occasion. I also have to be very brief because I am an emotional person. And seeing all these people around make me feel how very belittled I am. Right from the chairman of this occasion, whom we have been together for almost 25 years now. But more importantly, let me apologize that I won't stay long before that you anticipated. I know when you came on board, you have my commitment to be with you here. But for some reasons I'm going to highlight, I just have to leave from where I have done this great job. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it will be very ungracious for me to begin this presentation without expressing my heartfelt appreciation to Ogun State University, now Olabisi Onabanjo University, for giving me platform to develop a highly successful career and a personal fulfillment. First, when I got here in 1983, I was a single man. The young man running after the students here and there, particularly the female. One person who is here, who usually do the dirty work, but who will permit me to mention his name, right, is Mr. Dolapo Ogodimu. Stand up, let people see you. If you cannot judge, right? He is actually the group managing director of Access Bank West Africa now. And he has held the Senate Bank, the Guaranteed Trust of Nigeria. Who are those who actually began the struggle of this university in 1983 and 1984. Somebody who was also consistently accommodating us in all our vagaries, in all our SPPs, is here, sitting right in front of me, who in his wisdom will kill a cow or a goat for us every weekend for disco and all other issues. Otunba Onabanjo, thank you. I would therefore be very, very ungracious if I don't thank this university. I became a married man. This university, through my working here, gave me a wife. OOU, thank you. Without going on, And through this good wife, they gave me a son. OOU, thank you. With time, despite going and falling here and there at the nooks and corners of Agowini, I also have a daughter. OOU, thank you. They didn't actually stop there, supported my PhD at University of Benin. OOU once again. Thank you. By the time I finished with the PhD at University of Benin, it was becoming very clear to me that I needed something extra to go abroad. The European Union, through the Netherlands government, offered me a fellowship, postdoctoral fellowship, which I converted into another master's degree in development economics, specializing in regional development planning. OOU supported my fellowship. OOU, I thank you. I came back, and not quite long, having spent another 4 years, the senior Fulbright came, and this university recommended me as the second most prestigious scholar to benefit from the senior Fulbright. The first person, of course, was late Professor Olukayode Oyekanmi. I happen to be the second, and two of us remain the senior Fulbright fellows of this university. OOU, thank you. By the time I worked for a while, and the journey was tough, and of course it was rough, I was equally appointed a Vice Chancellor of a sister university with the support of Olabisi Onabanjo University. Again, OOU, I say thank you. I have had 3 sabbatical leave spent in different parts of the world and in Nigeria. With the support of this university, Olabisi Onabanjo University, Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, I say thank you. This time can go endless because they made my career what is actually it is today. Sometimes in December 1975, when I received my school certificate results, I was beleaguered into what I needed to do. But by the time I finished from University of Ibadan, looking for where to do a real work, I was employed as town planning officer in Ogun State Civil Service. I was there for a very short while, and in December 1982, as I was walking around, I met one of my teachers, who then happened to be then the acting registrar of Ogun State University, in person of now Dr. Chief Shotoibo, who invited me for an interview. I was not prepared for that particular interview. But because I was in the chest and trouser, Chief Shotoibo gave me the coat that he wore for me to attend that interview. By the time I entered into the interview, as he ushered me to have my seat, he then introduced me to the then Pro-Chancellor and Chairman of Council, Professor Akinma. And when Chief Shotoibo introduced me, he made it clear to him that he knew I only attended a secondary school. And he told Professor Maboguje the secondary school that I attended, Distinguished Baptist Boys High School, Abeokuta. Professor Maboguje then said he might not be able to actually interview me if I have a secondary school certificate holder. Obviously, he looked at my face again and he realized that I was his best student in regional geography in 1980. I have not seated to have that particular interview, and he simply told me, "You are employed." That was the beginning of the journey. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, of course, as a result of this travel, I have a reflection into what life has. And I remember one of the songs that was made popular by Osibisa. And that particular song is what is actually called Wuyaya. The highlight of the song simply is that I am going. Heaven knows where I am going. I know I will be there. I know I will get there. Heaven knows I will get there. It's going to be hard, I know. The road will be muddy and rough, but I still get here. I know I will. The conclusion of that particular song prepared my mind for what actually lied ahead. But having spent some few years as a graduate assistant, struggling to teach and also to cope with the administration, I also fell into one of another song that I know that it will be rough indeed. And having spent 41 years, I also have a reflection on the music by the Crusaders titled, I Stand Today, I Am So Glad I Am Standing Here Today. There were times, I remember, had to struggle to hold my heads up. Those times when even some people took me as a fool. There were times that my heart was actually attacked rigorously, that they just couldn't see beyond what I knew. Some even said I was hopeless, tangled in the night, but my strong heart keeps going. That is why I am standing here today. Gentlemen, I am so glad that I'm standing here today. I want you all to raise up your felicitation with me, and that is why I invited you. This time, my contributions and my self-service in life will definitely not go away. I will remain fervent in my contributions to the development of the world. In the rain and the sunshine, I have lived to see the sun that it is break up to now. I have break through the storm. Gentlemen, I am so glad I am standing here today. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, having served for 41 years with God's benevolence, it has been highly rewarding, a self-fulfilling career for me. Under 11 vice chancellors, 8 distinguished registrars, 9 chairmen of the government council. Within this particular context, as it is today, and as the vice chancellor alluded earlier, out of the 163 professors of this university, at one time or the other, I have taught 120 of them. A great day of joy to me. The big question, why am I living now? Of course, I'm not 70 years old for the statutory age of professorial retirement, but I think I must buy out simply due to too much burden of work and limited support. More importantly, the older that I am in teaching and research, considerable pressure has been on me to be sure that I offer my best. But with the volume of work, it is impossible. Unfortunately, I don't give my class to anybody to teach or to assess. And during the last semester or so, I still have 4 undergraduate courses to teach, 3 postgraduate courses to teach, 13 undergraduates to supervise, and 11 PhD candidates to handle. It was becoming unbearable. I therefore feel that if I leave, I can give space to the university to hire junior ones to keep the flag flying. But before then, I could have left about 10 years ago. But as I was ruminating on how best to leave, the Vice Chancellor then, who invariably is sitting right in this hall, invited me to become the provost of the Ogun campus of the university. When they gave me the hint, I thought, well, it is another youth service in the bush. I felt very sad that I have to leave my comfort zone and go to Ogun campus to go and become the provost of the college. I did not like him at all. But I look back with gratitude when I read the last sentence of my letter of appointment, which read, and I quote, "You are supposed to have activities and obligations as directed by the Vice Chancellor." At that particular point in time, if I still needed salary, I must go to Ibomi. I left and I went to Ibomi. 3 years later, it is with gratitude that the Vice Chancellor then, Professor Saburi Adesanya, said in the previous 3 years, he could close his 2 eyes to sleep because that campus remained one of the best in the university. I thank you for giving me the opportunity to serve in this particular capacity. What has my service got to do with my discipline? I am an urban and regional geographer. I started as a physical geographer, concentrating in biogeography and soil container analysis. I then moved to urban and regional planning, transportation planning, and development studies. The content of all these things have an overlap somewhere middle of the night, but they all anchor on geography, which is a fulcrum of spatial analysis. To a very great extent, geography is a locational discipline because it describes the object of the Earth's surface and its relative location, presents through various forms of activities, maps that explain the spatial relationship among various objects on the Earth. Spatial analysis becomes the technique for geographic properties for the purpose and approach of ensuring that development on the Earth is made possible. The regional planning perspective on which geography actually relies on seeks to understand and manage the interrelationship between land use, transport, and circulation of the network. The interaction among the communities also ensure that spatial analysis is nothing but an identification of the extension of geography. These 3 Venn diagrams describes vividly the relationship between geography, transportation planning, urban and regional planning, and the interrelationship among those disciplines and the development. The spatial analysis is also about computer analysis and the statistics for the development. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the 3 disciplines are not only interrelated, but are independently and collectively essential for the improvement of the quality of life. Ladies and gentlemen, what are those contemporary challenges that I actually face through while working in this discipline? A lot of thoughts have been said. But permit me to highlight this few. Rapid urbanization has been on, informal settlements and planning have been on, infrastructure deficit is there, ineffective land uses are there, governance and institutional capacity, social exclusion, particularly of the disadvantaged, the disabled, gender, and also for the youth. Lack of involvement of operational agencies, inadequately qualified manpower, and of course, a lot of traffic and logistics challenges. Overall development on Africa tells us simply the fact that the continent, which in the last 22 years has witnessed a very great, remarkable improvement. However, taking Nigeria as an example, some progress in the socioeconomic terms, particularly its human capital development, has ranked just 150 out of 157 countries in year 2000. It means one step we go forward, the reverse is the case that we have. There is a need to reduce the dependency on oil exports and revenues and diversify our foreign exchange sources. We have to close the gap on infrastructure, build a very strong, effective institutions, and address governance. We must also address inequality in terms of income, in terms of job opportunities, in terms of social and political development. We are also faced with extreme weather events, and the climatic risks have already contributed to declining per capita food production, such that the proportion of the population facing undernutrition increased from 6.5% in 2004 to 18% in 2024. These contemporary challenges of poverty, inequality, corruption, governance, education skill gap has actually been addressed in my contribution in the last 31 years. Chairman, sir, Mr. Vice Chancellor, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, my passage at Olabisi Onabanjo University has been briefly enumerated by the chairman of this particular occasion. For the student population of less than 300 that we started together in 1983, I am glad to let you know that the total population raises just a little bit above 28,000 students are separated in those 4 campuses. From moving from Agowe to Abusi in Yerubo, we are there in the sojourn for close to 12 years. But nevertheless, it was also an experience on its own. I have ensured that I relate so much with the private sector, and in 1987, we moved very closely and partnered with late Chief Architect Lai Balogun to donate 27 computers to the Department of Geography and Regional Planning. It was the only department there that has computer more than Department of Computer Science in the university. Mr. Chairman, sir, I will not want to go over some of those things that we did in the transport sector, but pioneering the transportation development and logistics is also born from what geography is all about. Mobility, networking is what was actually in the forefront of that particular development. The Center for Transport Study remained the first to actually be established to train transport professionals in the university. And I want also to place it on record that without the support of the university and that of the Ogun State government, we were able to build the Center for Transport Study Complex, which was actually able to accommodate 500 seated capacity lecture theaters, mechanical workshops, conference room, 12 academics as far back as in 1998. Permit me to pay glory and beauty to those who assisted us there, still living and existing. Lieutenant General Jeremiah Hussein, retired, who actually gave a donation there of 15 million. Alhaji Bamanga Tuko, also gave us a donation of 5 million. Engineer Prince Adele late also gave us a huge sum of money. Alhaji Alao Arishekola late also gave us 7 solid million. On behalf of those who have benefited from the Center for Transport Studies, I say a very big thank you to these people. Today, Olabisi Onabanjo University can be very proud that there is no transport agency in this country and in West Africa where there is no product of Olabisi Onabanjo University. Mr. Chairman, sir, I have enjoyed tremendous support of my colleagues from various departments, from various faculties. And as today, I have moved across 14 major departments to teach, including Department of Physics, Department of Economics, Department of Architecture, Banking and Finance, Geology and Art Science. And it looks like it is a tree that has actually been germinated from the Department of Geography. This particular tree has been made possible from the support of my colleagues here and there. Following this, a number of courses has actually been delivered across this, and I have about 122 of them at one point or the other. I have focused very much on the urban and regional perspective on what I did, but I've enjoyed mostly quantitative techniques, and that is why initially a number of people as related to me with disdain, particularly in the Faculty of Social and Management Sciences, because I was the one handling SMS 201, which is Statistics for Social and Management Sciences, number 1, probability specifically. We moved to the second semester. I was then handling SMS 202, which is Applied Statistics, notably correlation and regression. Some of them today were the very backbone of what made the donations in Taishola and University of Education possible. I'll be able to fall back on them and support them. Mr. Chairman, sir, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is also my joy and continuously to recognize the support of this university despite the inputs that I have made, simply because most of my journeys, when I applied to the university, it has been graciously approved. My publications have also been supported by the university. The tertiary institutions that I visited as external examiner was also through the approval of the university. Once again, I thank you so much for what you have done. Following these particular publications, it was getting very clear that as external examiner and for the NUC accreditation, about 39 major universities have actually been visited. I have also tried to also ensure that I use the consultancy services to visit many parts of the world. Before I conclude, it is auspicious for me to mention some few things about the Nigerian development. It is also against this background, and I want to recall one person who made it possible for me to participate in the Vision 2020, which was between 2007 and 2009, is here seated today. That is Chief Alani Bankole, who made it possible that I joined the cream of Nigerians to measure the development of this particular country. But well, the way the things are, it does not seem that sometimes when you look back, you just feel that your 41 years in the academia is full of nonsense. Because the contributions that you have made over years have actually not manifested. Let me share this experience which I had. In 2023 and 2024, the World Congress of Transport Research Society invited some of us to look into the development of the lagoon fronts in Istanbul, in Turkey. I was glad to be nominated And we are there for 2 solid months. We worked through a night, we came up with a policy proposal. 3 years after that, the lagoon front of the Istanbul also came into the limelight. On return to Nigeria, the only place where there is actually adequate lagoon front is Lagos. I repackaged all what we did, made a very strong recommendation. It is a pity to note that there was no single sentence to acknowledge what was submitted. But in 2017, the Lagos State government appointed me as the chairman of the technical committee of Lagos Transportation Policy, and we are sieving through to get materials to work with, and I stumbled on this same document. Almost 16 years after, gathered enough dust. But it's the same document that formed the newly implemented and given to the public Lagos State Transport Policy that was done 3 days ago. The bone of contention here is simply that most parts of the government do not see the essence of the academia. They never bothered to partner with us. They have what they have in mind to do, and they just see us as parasites. But unfortunately, we also earn our salary through them. And therefore, there is a disjointment between industrial and academic development. Where, as I have taught, particularly University of Munich in Germany and the University of Virginia, right? It is actually the industry following and running after the academia. The result is not the case in Nigeria. But for those countries that have considered it very important to us, I have privileged to have been invited by the governments of Namibia, Lesotho, and South Africa to do something very meaningful to all of them. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, these are part of wide contributions that I think I have made to the global arena. Not to talk of my university here and Olabisi Onabanjo University, as well as Citation University of Education. The little that I think I could do, I felt I done so. Let me, I think, also just thank most proficiently the governor of Ogun State by then, who single-handedly appointed me as the pioneer vice chancellor. I think he's here right now. Thank you, the governor, the senator, Otunba Gbenga. But there are those who also made it possible. Otunba Gbenga told me frankly that you are appointed to use your link to the organized labor and that of the private sector. I don't have money to give to you. But as God will have it, I also move around those who are my benefactor. Some of them are here today. Particularly Al-Aji Dr. Adebola Adegunwa give us a whole donation of the campus that was worth 680 million by then. Otunba Dr. Alexander Obanjo gave us a science complex of 600 seating capacity, 12 major classrooms, 12 offices, and 3 laboratories. Otunba Alexander Obanjo, thank you very much. Sir Dr. Chief Chanting Adebutu also gave us a technical laboratory. And let me apologize to Baba today through you. Because seeing the people that are here, we are standing before God and we should not tell lies. What really happened was that I gave Baba a bill of 57 million for that particular project. I knew it would cost 150 million. And Baba looked at me, he said, I will do it. when he spent 57 million, he has not gone halfway. And he said, Kayode, oh, the Dagakoma Paro. My response to him was that it was the mistake of the quantities of him. Of course, Baba said because I waited for him in his office for 5 solid hours, waiting to see him. The story is actually very short. When I was filling the visitor's note, I just feel Olukayode Oyesiku, right? I didn't put professor there. So all those that were coming to see him were going in and out. And while he was about to leave by 5 o'clock in the evening, he said he was still waiting for the Vice Chancellor of Chancellor University of Education. And he said, Ogbeni Kilo Ishembi, I said, I come to see you. I said, but you don't have an appointment. I said, I have an appointment. He said, no, they should have actually brought you in. And I told the secretary. He said, well, he has not seen any professor, but it's this young man who was here. Baba then said, since how have you said since 9 o'clock in the morning? Just say, come in. Take this thing as being done. That I should inform the governor that he's coming to do the foundation the following day. He did, and he spent 180 million on that day. Mr. Chairman, sir, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, there are a lot that actually I have tried to engage myself, particularly as the chairman of the technical committee of Gateway Games, Transportation and Logistics. In my association of Nigerian Association of Nigerian Geographers, with my president right here, so much support we are giving to me to achieve a lot. That is actually an association of Nigerians because it's made up of people across the world. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, my philosophy in all what has happened is to be sure that I relate closely as a team worker and plan according to what God has given to me. I have indeed been a pioneer in so many things, right from the secondary school to the A-levels, to the university, to the masters, to the PhD, to being lecturing as one of the foundation staff. But in all this, I have considered it very, very appropriate to show some gratefulness and more mentorship and inspiring others. Despite this, I have my mistakes. Some were very clear, some were unknown, but the leadership style have always been to appreciate, to mentor, to advise and guide others, irrespective of the position that they have. In a nutshell, it is simply that I was able to be a pioneer indeed because God made it possible. I have laid a path to the new university system that the country deserved, but hitherto, and a lifelong need to ensure that knowledge that it is produced, it is sustainable. This made possible because Olabisi Onabanjo University provided me the platform and indeed a place to stand, its shoulder to ensure that I tour in academia. Obviously, I was able to do all things through God who has strengthened me. But by the grace of God, I still remain who I am. And the grace has been so sufficient, which actually bestowed on me, not in vain, but I have labored more abundantly than they all. Yet, it is not by power, it is not by might, but the grace of God which has been sufficient. In the course of doing so, I was able to put into practice wide exposure in the academia, skill leadership, knowledge transformation in tertiary administration, locally and globally. I was able to encourage those coming behind me what they need to do. It is my will to continue to do so. I did a lot to so many people, students and staff, and by general philanthropism, the art of living. In all this, I have touched hearts. Many of those that are here today. Indeed, I am highly satisfied and fulfilled, and having a successful career and life through God. What is my wish? Because I wish myself very, very well. I also want to thank God that I still don't know what He finds in me, to have dealt with me so lovingly. He has brought me a great joy and surpassed exceedingly my hope and my thoughts. At this moment, I wish to continue to make God my son, my heart, my soul. As I move on, I shall continue to press on the upward way to give me the wherewithal and gain new heights. I pray that I will continue to scale the almost high till I get to the higher. Thank you.
A standing ovation and a loud round of applause to our own Professor Olukayode Oyekanmi Oyesiku.
Please have your seat. My daughter tells me I have missed a page. And I cannot but get back because those are those that make the home very, very possible. Right. There are so many people I need to appreciate, really. But for those who watch Indian film, you will know that the cast that are listed are more than the actors that are there. But with me, I really want to acknowledge my great siblings, Mr. Olukayode Oyekanmi, Mrs. Otunba Oyekami, who is here, Mr. Gbenga Oyesiku, who is here, Olubumi Oyesiku, Tejumola Oyesiku, and Dr. Oluyemi Oyesiku. All of us are OOU, that is the family. Well, my very close friends, and my husband deserves also special attention, particularly Engineer Olukayode Oyesiku and his spouse, Mrs. Faith, and our grandchildren, Olutobi Oyesiku, Oluwadarasimi Oyesiku, Olutimehin Oyesiku, and of course, the other part, who is the second wife to the existing one, right? Dr. Olusumisola Oyesiku, my dear daughter, right? Who has also been a very unique person and has taken absolutely to my character. I am grateful to my extended family, the Oyesikus of Chief Nelson Oyesiku descendants, Oyesiku of Isaleake in Adato, Oyesiku Taylor of Agoba, the Oshobas, Onoyinbo Descendant Union. I am equally grateful to my friends for making things normally possible. Professor and Mrs. Adeniyi Gbadegeshi, Professor Gbemi and Dr. Bose Onokoya, Architect Tokunbo and Deaconess Fowode, Dr. and Mrs. Adewale Adepoju, Alhaji and Alhaja Akeem Oloyede, most profoundly Dr. Engineer Wale and Mrs. Olufunmilayo Oduwole for making life very easy for me. My gratitude again to Olabisi Onabanjo University, University of Ibadan, Ladoke Akintola University, Taisholani University of Education, Virginia Polytechnic Institute, and State University in Blacksburg. My gratitude also go to my colleagues in the Department of Geography and Regional Planning, in the Faculty of Social Sciences, Faculty of Sciences. My great associates, for the time that I have to spend with them, the Gateway Tennis Club, the Oscillors Club, the Baptist Boys High School Student Association, newly secondors, the great Baptist Boys High School alumni, Abeokuta Seminary Book and Egba Museum. I want to actually acknowledge also those who supported the production of this book. Special appreciation goes to Otunba, Dr. Alex Onobanjo, Ashwaju of Egbaland, of Ijebuland, right? Who has already, it's because we are moving him soon. Right? My appreciation also goes to distinguished Senator, Engineer Dr. Otunba Gbenga for his constant support all these years. He was my senior in the secondary school since 1971. I was actually in the second bunk of the double decker. He was on top of me. Right? He used to punish me a lot, but I've forgiven him. I wish also to express my gratitude to my own royal father, His Royal Majesty Oba Dr. Adeto Otunba Aremu Gbadebo, the Alake and Paramount ruler of Egbaland, and the entire Egba Traditional Council. Of course, Dr. Pesinti Nadibutu and Dr. Arekola Oyefeso for their fatherly love. For those professionals, I must thank my president, Professor Sani Mashi, Major General Umar Usman, retired, Barrister Ufo Musoro, all the fellows of the Institute, and to those who actually mentored me, Professor Andrew Onoporai, Professor Makinde Odubeni, Professor Yunusa Olatunji Oyineye, late Professor Filani, late Professor Akina Bogunje, late Chief Nelson Oyesiku. Again, to the management of Olabisi Onabanjo University, I cannot thank you enough. You have made this place more than a house for me. I have lived 61% of my life on this particular campus, and I still continuously enjoying it. So, a very good friend who has actually been very, very close to me in the last 39 years. My dear friend, my mother incarnate, my bestie, my worthy ambassador, my grateful, my warm affiliate, my distinguished colleague, above all, my absolute friend, who have actually been worth everything to me. I want to borrow from Don Williams in 1975, from his delightful song, "You Are My Friend." Shola, I want to thank you. You provided us with most delightful and lovely children. You have provided us shelter. You have given us comfort in turbulent times. You have remained the anchor where all of us actually held on to. You have inspired me and you inspired the children. You have read all my articles and books from the first page to the last to make sure that they are perfect. You have accommodated my weakness, my inadequacies. I can be truly academic, but I am equally rascally. I was always stronger when I am tired and weak. You are very stronger at all times. You have indeed done everything that I needed. You remain my best friend, my mother, and the ruler of the house. Thank you. Now, I shall not actually forget my people, and I think I need to do so. There are two groups, particularly from my father's side and from the mother of my father. Èmi ni ọmọ Ẹ̀gbá, ọmọ Lísàbí, gbòǹgbò àkàlà. Èmi tún ni ọmọ Ọ̀bà, ọmọ Aporowa, ọmọ Tagbẹ́ta, ọmọ Tẹ̀gbẹ́. èmi ni ọmọ ọba. Right? I want to thank those people from coming from the south. Kí là ń bọ̀ lọ́ọ̀bà? Olúwa ó là ń bọ̀ lọ́ọ̀bà. Olúwa kí là ń bọ̀ lọ́ọ̀bà? Let me go to, because that is a representative of His Royal Majesty here, Honorable Dr. Adedayo, a member of House of Representatives. I also have a representative of the White Half Chief right here. I also want to send you to His Royal Majesty. Ego Nipo Osha Kefa, mo fẹ́ ikú dànù, mo fẹ́ àrùn, mo fẹ́ òṣèlú, èyí àgbo, èyí àgbo, amọ́lọ́wọ́, amọ́lẹ́sẹ̀, tímọ́ lè tímọ́ rí, tímọ́ làkà ní ìdáwọ̀, ojú ò máa ṣe bí ìrere, àtàlà alákàmọ́ ìwà àtàlà ọmọ ò máa ṣílọ láyọ̀ obìnrin gbogbo ẹ̀rùfẹ́, tó kò ti kú tilẹ̀ ń tẹ̀pa, ètí máa bó kékeré sí ìbílẹ̀ bá rẹ̀. Àwọn tọ̀gbẹ̀rì ló ń kọ́ lálá lóde òṣùgbó tí àwọn bá yọrí ọ̀gbẹ̀rì akọ ọ̀gbẹ̀rì lẹ́sẹ̀ èmi ni awọ́ òrùrù afaruru awọ béèrè ìdáná èmi ni abíjú wọjà ní ibẹ̀ ìdẹ́kẹ̀ ọ̀ṣùgbọ́n tàkà ṣe pàṣẹ ọ̀ṣọ̀ tí ìrìn ẹ̀rù máa tún kí wọlé ó ṣe ní tìbọ́láká ó ṣe ní tìgbòlókò ẹ̀wọ̀n já ẹ̀wọ̀n so ẹ̀wọ̀n balẹ̀ wọ́ rọ̀ èmi ni mo lóun fólúwàrà jíbọ́dẹ ọkùnrin ogun ọ̀gá ogun olórí ogun balógun òjòlè olórí palẹ̀ lọ́sàn-án kankan pàmùpàmù gidigidi wọ́n ní máa déta lára lò déta lára wọ́n ní máa déta làṣà lò déta làṣà wọ́n ní máa déta oríta mẹ́ta lò oríta mẹ́ta mo pàdé gbogbo ìwé tòun tẹ̀pẹ̀ mo pàdé gbogbo ìwé tòun tàṣẹ ìwájú iná ẹ̀yìn ẹ̀kọ́ oòrùn bí ìrẹsì ìkọ́lé bí ìmọ̀jọ ọ̀láyè ọba tí kábíyèsí thank you.
Wow. Well, the only thing Prof did not say is that wọ́n gbẹ́yọ̀ lẹ́kọ̀ọ́. Tí ẹ̀gbọ́n bá gbé ọ̀pá ń bàtà bọ́ yín ká kíní ẹ̀ ó máa le gan. On a very quick one, let me quickly recognize the representative of the DG of NITT Zaria, Mr. Bariu Abdul Karim. You're welcome all the way from Zaria. Thank you. I also have the rector of DS Adegremo Polytechnic, Itori, my friend, brother, and colleague, Dr. Goke Rauf. You're welcome, sir. Of course, I also have the former secretary to the Ogun State government, distinguished barrister Taiwo Adeolua. You're welcome, sir. Of course, the distinguished celebrant said this. We have in our midst His Excellency, the former governor of Ogun State, a distinguished old boy of Baptist Boys High School, Abeokuta. Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, is also the senator representing us, Ogun East, Shagam, Remo, Agowe, and Olabisi Onabanjo University. I'm saying this on purpose. Your community project, one of them must come to Olabisi Onabanjo University. We need that commitment today. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, join me as I recognize this fantastic man, Senator Justice Gbenga Daniel, the popular OGD. A round of applause for him. And coincidentally, this lecture is holding at what? I sign out.
Mr. Chairman, sir, other distinguished members at the high table, distinguished Senator of the Federal Republic, the former visitor to this great university. I'm most welcome, sir. Thank you very much. Kabiyesi, sir, other distinguished members of the audience, we welcome you all. On this note, I want to invite the immediate past Chancellor of Ladoke Akintola University of Technology, LAUTECH, a distinguished professor of geography from University of Ibadan, to please step forward and give the book review. In honor of our celebrant today. I'm talking of none other person than Professor Adeniyi Sulaiman Badigeshi, the immediate past Chancellor of Ladoke Akintola University of Technology. Thank you very much. Can we appreciate him further? Thank you very much.
Our time is well spent so far. So I will also stand or even sit in the existing protocol so that you can go to the second main event while we are here. So Chairman, sir, there is one thing that I want to remind all of us, and I would like to seek your permission to allow me to inform this everybody present here this time around that today is my friend's birthday. So, Mr. Vice Chancellor, with your kind permission, I would also like us to sing the happy birthday song. With the music department leading us. Thank you very much. You see why this book launch, you must participate in it actively, because today marks his birthday. Interestingly, my daughter, Ayoda Mokwe, insisted that she will share the same birthday with my friend, and God gave her the go-ahead. Thank you very much. Honestly, I'm glad to be invited by my very close friend, and of course a member of my family for more than 45 years. We have heard of Professor Oyesiku, prolific writing status. He writes as if he's drinking water. Otherwise, how do you expect a human being to publish almost 200 journal articles, 54 chapters in books, and so many monographs and lectures presented? Oh, congratulations. But many people have read your books. Many people have benefited from your journal articles that you have written, but I've never met him. So the book we are launching today is, who is this boy? Olukayode Oyekanmi. Or to many of you, who is this man? Honestly, that is the summary of the book. And the book is titled Pioneering by Grace. Professor Oyesiku has been a pioneer in most of his endeavors. The dean that read his something also told us a lot about it, but I will just highlight about 6 of them. The first one
I will start from the secondary school. At the secondary school, Oyesiku and his set, they were among the first pioneer students that moved to the new site where the Baptist Boys High School is today. I'm so happy that Otunba Gbenga Daniel, His Excellency, is here today. If you can still recollect very well, at the Polytechnic in Ibadan, Professor Oyesiku, subject combination was very unique that year. Why your own subject combination was chemistry, mathematics, physics, Professor Oyesiku combination was chemistry, mathematics, and geography. And it was the best to the Polytechnic that year. That's another first. The third one was that he also pioneered the 1981 set for the urban and regional planning at the University of Ibadan. And we have been so proud of that set. And I'm so happy that one of the members of his class, the Honorable Commissioner for Urban and Regional Planning, our good friend, Toji Oyelani, is also here. In 1983, he was among the pioneering staff of the then Ogun State University, now Olabisi Onabanjo University. I can still remember. Your Excellency, sir, Otunba Gbenga Daniel, when you are about to set up the the Chancellor University of Education, you put through a call to me in Ibadan that you wanted to appoint my friend as the Vice Chancellor, that you needed a go-ahead or something like that. I said, I remember what I told you. I said, I put all my body into it, and you went ahead. So that makes him the pioneering VC of Chancellor University of Education. That's another first. Thank you very much. And towards the end of your regime, as the executive governor of the state, you made him the pioneer executive secretary of the Ogun State Bureau of Tertiary Institution, the first of its kind in Nigeria. And since then, there has been none. But I think Oyo State is trying to meet the idea of getting a tertiary board or commission or something like that. But again, this is one of the first that Kayode has to call. Now to the book. Professor Kayode put together this book, and it is a reflection of his achievements in life. And of course, it looks like a coincidence that in it there are so many firsts, some of which I've mentioned, just about 6 or 7. But it is that particular coincidence that made him to title the book Pioneering Grace. And you agree with me that there's no other suitable title. Because you are the first writing from your secondary school to your university level, to your first career, you are the first set of lecturers at the Ogun State University. You are the first Vice Chancellor of Tertiary University of Education. You are the first Executive Secretary of the Tertiary Board Commission. So you see that there is no other title that is suitable for this book but the Pioneering Grace. All these pioneering achievements were by sheer coincidence and providence. And it is against this background that he put together this book that we are going to launch. We are launching the book on a remarkable day in his life, and that is his 66th birthday. Thank you for joining me in wishing him all the best. And I would also like you to wish him all the best as you now buy the book by the time we start the launching of the book. But let me just take you into the book. The book is in 3 parts. The first part is a personal narrative of his background, his schooling, the academic and professional career, as well as the journey through community service, spirituality, associations, and related endeavors. The second part is how friends, associates, family, and acquaintances that he came across over the years view his personal profile in life. Therefore, about 84 pages were devoted to this particular part because Kayode really cared for all those that he came across in life. And I think in his lecture too, he was able to list some of them and we really appreciate what they have done in his life. The third part of the book covers the curriculum vitae that includes selected books, chapters in books, journal articles, and of course, conferences that he attended that he listed almost 1,000 conferences where he delivered almost 500 papers. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the book is highly comparable to the autobiography of outstanding personalities across the globe. And by this, I'm referring to the former president of the US, Barack Obama, the former president of the United States of America, which is titled A Measure of Grace, and then the book by late Professor Akimabo too. And I have no doubt that if you obtain a copy of this book, you will continue to read it, and you will not leave reading it, but to read it from page 1 to page whatever it is, almost 600 pages. It is therefore my prayer to recommend this book to all of us present here. The recommendation is that, it is not free of charge. It is to mark his birthday. It is to mark his departure from Olabisi Oyekanmi University, which he listed as made him in life. And it will be a token of appreciation for what he has done, not only for himself and his family, but for his friends, the state, the country, Nigeria, the sub-regional West Africa, to Africa, and of course, to the whole world. So, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, during the launching, the chairman will present the book, and I want us to please rally round and buy the book. Thank you very much. And to review 2 books. So that's the first one. So don't clap yet, you'll still clap later. The second book is titled Urban and Regional Spatial Analysis, Transportation Planning and Development Policy. The book is in honor of our good friend, Professor Oyesiku, who is one of Nigeria's best academics and researchers in the field of urban and regional planning, transport planning and management, and as he mentioned during his lecture, quantitative techniques and sustainable development policy. The book focuses on spatial analysis as the process of studying, examining, accessing, evaluating, and modeling location. And that reflects his background, and that is the geography of Kayode. So Kayode has decided to move to urban and regional planning. We started together. Started geography together, but later he said, I'm leaving you here. I said, okay, go. And he went to urban and regional planning. But I told him one thing. For everything you want to do about urban and regional planning, about transport planning and management, you always come to geography. And this is Kayode, the geography. Thank you. The president of our association is here. And Kayode, in this book, projects geography. And Kayode also stated in this book why we must really rank geography as a core discipline in the curriculum, not only at the university level, but at the primary, the secondary, and the tertiary level. Unfortunately, while Western countries are running around geography, our own educational system is more or less pulling down geography. And that is very unfortunate. because geography is life. Without geography, there is no planning. Without geography, there is no management. Without geography, there is no sustainable development. And I want all this, I mean, the senator is here, the member of House of Rep is also here. Let us rally around so that geography is back, not only in the secondary school curriculum, but also in the primary, the secondary, and the tertiary levels of education. It is therefore my pleasure to also recommend this book about transport planning, transport management, and also about accessing everything, because geography is about location. Geography is about accessibility. Whether you are planning transportation on land, in water, and everything, please make sure that geography is the core of everything. So I thank you very much for listening to me, and I wish you all the best. And I want you to buy these two books. And when you buy it, don't buy for yourself alone. Please take it to, give it to your wife, give it to your children, and read. Thank you very much.
Please, a round of applause for the reviewer. I don't know, a book of about 600 pages, and then you are giving a prof to review. I learned one lesson. When you are hard pressed for time, don't allow 3 people to talk at your event. Number 1, the lawyer, they argue a lot. 2, the teacher, we lecture 2 hours. 3, the pastor, they can spend the whole day giving sermon. This book, the autobiography, if you are buying the hardcover, it is 25,000 naira. If you are buying the soft cover, it is 20,000 naira. For the urban, if you are buying it, it is 15,000. But the author graciously introduced a promotion. If you are buying the 2, you can buy it at the discounted price of 20,000 instead of 35,000 naira. At this point, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the celebrant actually requested for a special number from the music department, and they have just 3 minutes to render that number. I am sure that my Egbon will shake his body. Thank you. Wale, you can take over.
Thank you very much. Can we appreciate the music department of Olabisi Onabanjo University once again? The chairman of today's occasion, other distinguished personalities at the high table, distinguished senator of the Federal Republic, other distinguished members of the audience, once again, we appreciate you and we thank you for coming. Now it is time for us to now move to the next item, which is the launching of the books here, and of course, the Goodwill message. To lead the book launch is the chairman of today's occasion, who is the chairman of Governing Council of Olabisi Onabanjo, the Pro-Chancellor and the chairman of Governing Council of Olabisi Onabanjo University, Professor Toyin Ashiru OON, is to move to the point where the launch will be done, is to be joined by the Vice Chancellor of this great university, Professor Ayodeji Olayinka Johnson Abuola. We are to join the Pro-Chancellor, and of course, the celebrant of today and his amiable wife, Professor OOU Oyesiku and Ms. Faustina Oyesiku. We have to move to the point of launch. Of course, the distinguished Senator of the Federal Republic, the former governor of Ogun State, a former visitor to this great university, Otunba Gbenga Daniel. Distinguished Senator of the Federal Republic, you have to join the Pro-Chancellor and the celebrant of today, sir. Distinguished Senator, sir, you have to join the. Thank you very much. Also, Dr. Arekola Oyefeso, please step forward, sir. Also, the representative of Sir Adebutu Kesintin, they are to step forward. And our distinguished former Pro-Chancellor of this great university, Otunba Asiwaju Alex Onabanjo, please step forward, sir. Honorable Dr. Shola Adedayo, please step forward. And of course, our own paramount ruler of Egbaland, we are to step forward, sir. The Vice Chancellor, the physics now. And of course, the Ogbeni Oja of Ijebu Land was the former Pro-Chancellor of this great university. Thank you for coming. Dr. Sonny Kuku, please step forward. Professor Banjo, the Vice Chancellor of National University of Education, to step forward, please. Honorable Justice Ogunfowora of Baptist Boys High School is joining us, sir. And of course, the last but not the least, the Aquino of Egbaland, Chief Alani Bankole. Thank you very much.
To the glory of God and the benefit of mankind.
Sorry, Professor Adesonya, the former Vice Chancellor of Olabisi Onabanjo University, and Professor Bamiru of former University of Ibadan, Vice Chancellor. Thank you very much to join the book launch. Thank you very much.
To the glory of God and benefit of mankind, I thereby unveil and launch these books. And it's my wish that whoever reads this, he benefits a lot of it, from it, and it will be very useful. Thank you. as a retiree and as someone who is now classified as civil servant, and to avoid past men, I cannot disclose how much I'm going to be used for, but I will pass on to my Excellency, my brother, the Senator, to please commence this process for us.
The Chairman of Council, other political officers, our royal fathers, very distinguished personalities. I don't know why the chairman is passing the ball, knowing fully well that I was a public officer, I've seen a public officer. But be that as it may, Professor Oyesiku is a special breed, and I think I can take the bullets for him if that is required. So I will support this book launch. Let me first say this, that the certificate of Citation is here. Whatever I say must not affect what you want to say. And I will support this book launch with 2 million naira.
I will now call on my brother, Are Dr. Kola Professor, the Are go. So please, who is here on his own right, and also represents Chanting, to please launch this book on behalf of both of them, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Candidacies, distinguished, our big brothers, I'm standing here wearing 2 caps. Well, one cap is about 20 times bigger than mine. And I've been commandeered to launch this book, which I could say I wasn't prepared for. But notwithstanding, we were all boys scouts in school. And we have that motto of be prepared. So without much ado, I stand here on behalf of Citation Adebutu, CFR, who is unavoidably absent and he sent his apologies. And he has prayed for the celebrant that he shall continue to be around to celebrate more decades of practice. So on his behalf, I'm launching this book. I'm told it's 20,000 per pair. We are taking 10 pairs. So I've cleared from the end. I mean, you said the pair is 20,000. Anyway, that is irrelevant to what we have got. We are taking 10 copies, 10 pairs. By God's grace, for a sum of 5 million naira.
Thank you.
So, Prof, if it meets your expectation, accept it in good faith. If it doesn't, take it as a positive. Thank you very much.
Now to Otunba Asiwaju
On behalf
Alex.
of the Prof, I'm taking this as the first installment.
Now to Otunba Asiwaju Alex Onabanjo.
With due respect, Kabiyesi, Baba Matthew Otunba, and I use you as a point of connection to all the Kabiyesi here. I give you one. And the Co-Chancellor of the university and the chairman of this occasion, my own very dear brother, I greet you. My Excellency, I greet you and I use you as a point of correction to all the honorable members and distinguished members that are present here. Before I go on to say anything about the book launch, I want the students here to please know that this is the reward of being a very good slave. My father told me if you are a very good slave, you will one day be a good master.
Kayode has been academic slave for a very, very long time, and today is being honored as an academic master. I congratulate you and I congratulate Madam for all the support. I am a retired person, and you know now Nigeria, they are taxing everybody even though we have no means of livelihood. But Kayode cannot call, and I will say no. I will be launching this book with some 7 figures. I will not say the amount, but he can be rest assured that some 7 figures will come his way.
Thank you very much. Over to the paramount ruler of Egba land. Thank you very much. The Alaki of Egba land. Thank you.
The chairman of the occasion. Please permit me to stand on the existing protocol. Your Excellency, I cannot leave you out. Anyway, I welcome Professor Oyesiku to the class of the retirees. He has been a great man all along. And for the Egba Museum that is set up in Ake Palace, within a very short time, you will know that the man is a great achiever. Now, when it comes to book launch, an Oba is the one that receives all the load that you bring to the palace. Also, only Oba he won't pay. But for the great work he has done here, I will donate the same amount as His Excellency donated, because he can now take his own up. As being a senior in BHS, he can now go up and double what he has promised before. I put 2 million naira down. Thank you very much.
Kábíyèsí, ẹ bá wa ní kábíyèsí, ẹ bá wa ní kábíyèsí o, ẹ bá wa ní kábíyèsí o. Now over to the Ọ̀gbẹ́ni Ọjà of Ijebu land, former Pro-Chancellor of this great university, Dr. Sani Kuku.
There are 2 things, Mr. Chairman, that I have to consider. One is that I have to go to Oja to go and meet the theologians and collect their takings for today. Then number 2 is that I hope this Egba man will accept the Ojebu. So when he has accepted both, I'll also remind him that I'm also under scrutiny by IRS, Valedictory Lecture. But I can assure you, he's my neighbor. If I don't do what I have to do, we'll close the street down using geographical methods. So I will do what I have to do. And Kayode, you are a colossus. I think that is a word that is missing from you. You've done colossal work in academics. And you have actually translated it to the real world. And God will bless you. You are quitting at 66, but you are just going for another 66 years. May God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Chief Alani Bankole now. Chief Alani Bankole will do the next. So, thank you, sir.
The Alaki and the paramount ruler of the Prime Valedictory Programme, for CFR, who can be Prof, the chairman of this occasion. Normally, at this age, I have no money to donate. But on behalf of the Egba Chieftaincy Conferment Committee, where Professor Oyesiku is the Secretary General. We'd like to donate a total sum of 250,000.
Yeah. Thank you very much. The mic now goes to the Vice Chancellor of Olabisi Onabanjo University.
BC Taswe.
Please sit, Titular University of Education.
Well, thank you very much. All protocol duly observed. Well, I want to say that here today, about 3 of our alumni have donated a huge sum of money. The first person is the former visitor to my university, His Excellency Otunba Gbenga has donated 2 million naira. His Royal Highness Alake of Ibadan, our alumnus, has donated 2 million naira. Ogbeni Oja of Ijebuland, also our alumnus, donated 2 million naira. But on behalf of Traditional University of Education and on behalf of our pioneer Vice Chancellor, I want to support those donations with 200,000 naira. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Honorable Dr. Shola Adedayo, please. Honorable Dr. Shola Adedayo, please step forward.
And please let the Geography Association get ready. And after the Geography
Thank you very much.
Association,
Honorable Dr. Shola Adedayo, thank you very much.
We stand on the already established protocol, but I want to stress here with nostalgia that I met Professor Olukayode Oyesiku at the NYSC camp in Kuzo in Sokoto State in 1980, and we have remained friends since that time. I can testify to many of those qualities that have been used to describe him. On behalf, in fact, when he sent a message to me that he will do this today, I had to cut short my journey. I had to come back from the US because of this particular event. I want to launch this book with a sum of 1 million naira only. Thank you.
Thank you very much. May I now invite the former Vice Chancellor of University of Ibadan, Professor Bamiro, to please step forward and give the book launch, while the former Vice Chancellor of Olabisi Onabanjo University, Professor Saburi Adejimi, to please step forward and do the book launch. Also, the Chartered Institute of Logistics and Transport should please be getting ready while we have the representative of Association of Nigerian Geographers. Now here to do contribute their own English minds.
Okay, thank you very much. The chairman of the occasion, royal fathers, and other distinguished gentlemen that are here, I want to also stand on the existing protocol. I'm standing in as the president of the Association of Nigerian Geographers, and also as someone that shares a lot of things in common with the celebrant. Just to let you know, our association has been on ground since 1957. The celebrant has been the first and the only president writing with left hand. And I'm the second president also writing with left hand. So on behalf of the association, we are launching 4 sets of the books with the sum of 200,000 naira. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Now to the former Vice Chancellor of University of Ibadan, Professor Bamiro.
At this, I must apologize because you are looking at the return. The most important thing is the fact that you happen to be an alumnus of the University of Ibadan. And you know even the lecturers in there. So I promise, well, first of all, as an individual, I will donate 100,000. Okay? Then I will get the university to really get from you some copies. Some copies for the university as a posted. Thank God that the launcher, Professor Valedictory, is also from the University of Ibadan. So I will make sure that between 2 of us, we will be able to buy more copies for the university library.
Thank you very much. Over to former Vice Chancellor of Olukayode University, Professor Saburi Adesanya. Thank you very much.
Well, I think the former VC of UI, he don't need any money. I don't think that's the problem of retirees. I'm also retired, and as a retiree, I would have to do something. But I would have to say something about since he works before, and he said something about sending it to a bush over there. Well, where do you send a geographer? It's only a bush. But the truth of the matter is that we were looking for somebody that would turn over the Bobo campus. And somebody mentioned him. He just came back from TASU, and we were looking for somebody. And everybody said he would not take the job. And I just wanted to know that everybody said he would not take the job. And I knew that Saki would not take the job. But for me, nothing is impossible. So I called him and I appealed to him. I would say what I told him, but it has to do with our tablets. But he knows. Actually, he's one of the So I have called him and I was surprised a week or two later he accepted. And I thank God because he turned the place around. And today, I want to let me to thank everybody that assisted. I'm happy a lot of people are here today happy because that was a turbulent period. And we want to thank him for what he has done. So since he took up a difficult job, I have no choice, but I don't have billions. I'm a retired person. I can only support him by buying a copy each of the books for the sum of 100,000 naira.
Thank you very much. We now humbly invite the representative of Baptist Boys High School, Honorable Justice Ogun Fowora, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Reynolds Sulede. I'm the Executive Director of the Chartered Institute of Logistics and Transport Nigeria. I stand here to represent the National President of the Institute, Barrister Mrs. Ekong Usoro. I will stand the risk of repeating what everybody else has said coming at this time of the day. There is nothing else to say about Professor Oyesiku. But I'll just say one thing, that apart from being an erudite scholar in the institute, Professor Oyesiku has taken so many important roles. He was at the time the vice president of the institute. He is the chairman of the conference planning committee every year that are so successful. And I can continue to count, but like I said, to avoid the risk of sounding like a broken record before my Lord, spiritual and temporal, the institute 5 sets of these beautiful books at the cost of 200,000 naira.
So BBHS. Thank you very much.
All protocols duly observed. As I invite, I'm the chiefest of public officers here. I'm a sitting high court judge, so I cannot announce anything, but I will give my senior what. Thank you, my senior, me to bear. But on behalf of the Baptist Boys High School, well, Professor Olukayode Oyekanmi is our epistle. As is usual, we have a practice. We will donate handsomely. We have produced him for the world. We are the foundation that UI and OOU developed. This is our epistle, and we distributed what we've also done to mark this. I believe you would all have been given our special Nolis Secondus magazine. Yes, thank you. As our senior, sir,
We will sing our school anthem. 1, 2, 3.
From Egoya to Okeshaje, Baptist boys I spoke, we are proud of you. For thy process of metamorphosis is a blessing shining on the Father wall. Forever and ever we will thee. We will not hold on and raise thy gifts. Save a smile and shout, hallelujah. So that they would Jehovah Most High.
We will take 2 copies, 2 sets of it for the anthem donation. No loan.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you now, Otunba Akindwati will now do the next donation. Otunba Akindwati, please.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right.
Okay. Oh, yes. My name is Prince Valedictory Lecture. Professor Oyesiku is my father, he's my brother, and he's my senior. So I would like to donate a sum of $500,000 for this book.
A round of applause for him.
Thank you very much.
$500,000.
Thank you very much.
Please remind us of the name, sir.
My name is
Prince Tunde. Baba Tunde Akinde, $500,000.
Thank you very much. Now Otunba Akindwati to do the next donation.
My name is John Dario Oyekanmi. I'm an old boy of Goodwill High School, and the Prof has been a very wonderful mentor to all of us. I'm taking 2 sets of the 3 books for 200,000 naira.
Very much. A round of
applause. Now Otunba Akindwati to do the donation. Akindwati, please. Thank you very much. Otunba Akindwati is now with the mic. Thank you very much.
Come down, please. Come down. Come down. Come down.
First of all, I would like to greet our royal fathers present. After that, I would like to sit on the established protocol. Professor Oyesiku has been a good friend of mine for about 40 years. We were also together in the Netherlands in 1990-91. He's a person, he's a hard worker, tries to help the society wherever he finds himself. Somebody who is a silent achiever, and he has contributed so much to this country. I'm sure one of these days is going to be so recognized and be given the national award. I would like to congratulate him for the stage he's gotten today. But today is just the beginning. There are so many opportunities for him in the near future. As a friend of his, I will give a token of 2 million naira to support his book donation. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. The representative of the families of Adebayo should please step forward quickly and do the needful. Families of Adebayo, please, representative, Immediately after that, we will be expecting the distinguished Senator of the Federal Republic, the former governor of Ogun State, and of course, the former visitor to Olabisi Onabanjo University, distinguished Senator Gbenga Daniel, to please step forward and give immediately after the donation from the families of Adedayo. Thank you very much. Immediately after that, we will have the vote of thanks from the head department of geography, Dr. Otunba. Thank you very much.
On behalf of the family, siblings of the wife of Professor Oyesiku, will launch this new present the sum of 120,000.
Thank you very much. We now humbly invite the former visitor to this great university, former governor of Ogun State, and currently distinguished Senator of the Federal Republic, Senator Gbenga, His Excellency Senator Gbenga Daniel, to please step forward and give the Goodwill message. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
The Chancellor of this great university, the Vice Chancellor, and all the other principal officers, our Royal Father, His Majesty the Alake of Egbaland, and all the other Royal Fathers that are here, very eminent personalities here present. I was asked to come and talk about what other constituency projects will come this way since I'm now in Abuja. But I guess before I talk about that, it's incumbent for me to also say one or two things in honor of the celebrant of today, Professor Olukayode Oyesikun. And what I'm going to tell you is probably what nobody has said. And if you permit me to quickly go down memory lane, when I had the privilege of becoming the governor, I remember that the first outing out of Abeokuta was to visit this institution, then located at the premises of Goodwill Secondary School. And to say the least, and I had to do that because I remember that build up to that election, we usually come to the Mugu to meet at Adesoya's house. And usually on our way out of the Mugu, students always will relay us, demanding all sorts of things. And I said, why are you relaying me? I'm not governor yet. So when I became governor, I then felt that I must go and quickly see what exactly. And it was a lecture that was going on, and the situation, to say the least, for people who were there was not particularly exciting. There was no fun in that lecture hall. Probably about 200-300 students. Many of them were peeping from the window to listen to the lecture. There was no loudspeaker and nothing. And then I started asking questions. The next thing that happened was when we were looking at the Citation University, sessional examination results were not coming out in time because the system was manually operated, and so on and so forth. And I remember one fine day, God bless his soul, we invited the Vice Chancellor to council. And we asked him how many students are there at the university. And he said about 60,000 students. Most of them were education, research students and things like that. So while that was going on simultaneously, there was a small caucus of professors here who can be described as radical. And they were given what you can call the status quo here, a lot of challenges. And I said, okay, how do we solve this problem? The head of that caucus was late Professor Ineye. And permit me to say, Professor Oyesiku was part and parcel of that. These are highly vibrant professors and doctors who were in a hurry to make sure that there is a good change in the annals and the situation in the university. So that's point number 2. We are then looking for how can we solve these multifarious problems. These people who are looking at things from a different perspective, clearly, university has become too small to take some of them. Then this overpopulation. And then I then say, look, what can we do? So Professor Oyesiku and Professor Ineye then came to me and said, look, we have an idea. Because it's important sometimes to give credit to whom credit is due. I said, what is your idea to solve this problem? He said, we can create a university of education. And we'll now be able to bring so many education students from the main campus to that university. That will have solved the problem of overpopulation for certain universities. Then we're looking for justification, and we looked at the master plan university by the then Onabanjo administration that is supposed to be multi-campus. We then said, okay, we have enough justification. Go and bring the paper. And so they submitted the paper. And like he said, when they brought the paper, they were looking for more money. I said, look, there's no money. And they told me, if there is a way, there is a way. I then said, all the energy that you are using, causing, in quote, instability here, let me bring all of you out to go and demonstrate that energy in a neutral environment. And lo and behold, they accepted the challenge, and that was what led to the birth of the Tertiary University of Education. But the point I'm trying to make is that within 2-3 years of that institution, OOU had to start running to catch up with them. I want to thank the people who are managing the university now. They have really done a lot of catch up, and that means they've done a lot of work. But it shows the power which Professor Valedictory explained, that Professor Oyesiku had always been the man who is always first in everything that he has done. And I must say that he has made our generation very, very, very proud. So today, I just want to join others in saluting the courage of this gentleman who has blazed the trail despite all odds. Let me assure Professor Valedictory that it's not geography alone that we have to find a way of introducing. History is so quite important. And part of the motion that we're trying to make is to return the curricula of various institutions from the primary to secondary school level, that they should begin to teach our people history and geography again. Because without which, a number of people don't know where they are coming from and where they are going. Your Royal Majesty, I congratulate you, the Akpeno Embaland, for providing the kind of leadership you provided. I've always known that Professor Oyesiku is an ambassador of Embaland in Jebuland, and I think he has done everything that you asked him to do. Once again, thank you very much for this opportunity.
Thank you very much, and we appreciate the former governor of Ogun State, and of course the former visitor to District State University, and currently distinguished Senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. His Excellency, Senator Gbenga Daniel, thank you very much. We appreciate you. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Chairman, sir, and distinguished personality at the high table, distinguished members of the audience, let me quickly recognize the presence in our midst today, the distinguished member of the Governing Council of Otunba University, Chief Joju Fadairo. You are most welcome, sir. Thank you very much. We appreciate you, and of course, we appreciate your leadership in the course of raising this university to greater heights. Thank you very much. Also in our midst is immediate past senator of this immediate past senator representing Ogun East is very much in our midst. Distinguished Senator Lekan Mustapha, and just to inform you, happily inform you that he has equally contributed to the launch of these books here with a sum of 500,000 naira. And we put our hands together to appreciate this distinguished senator of the Federal Republic. We appreciate you, sir. Thank you very much. I think it is very important for me to equally mention that 10 sets of these books have equally been booked for and paid by DS Adebero Polytechnic Itori with a sum of 200,000 naira. Thank you very much. Sorry, Dr. Dari Akwane is equally very much in our midst. With the permission of the chairman of today's occasion, Professor Oyesiku, this distinguished personality would want to come forward and give his own contribution in the launch of these books. Thank you very much.
Is the chairman Benagio Airlines and the founder American University of Nigeria. You're welcome, sir.
Distinguished, I will not even call him distinguished. I'll call him my father. I'm very happy to be here today. I'm sitting with God. I want to stand on the existing platform. And there's nothing formal between me and Prof. So this is father and son. From the bottom of my heart and on behalf of all your sons working on all your projects, I'm donating 2 million naira.
Thank you very much. We appreciate you. Please, can you bring copies of this? That's a sum of 2 million naira from. Thank you very much. On this note, I want to quickly invite the head department of geography, faculty of social sciences, Olabisi Onabanjo University, Dr. Otunba, to please step forward and give the vote of thanks. Immediately after the vote of thanks, we will have the derobing of our distinguished scholar who is retiring today. I'm very sure he's not tired. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Without doubt, I can see that you have actually had a great day. Just like others, I want to stand on the existing protocol, not to waste our time. I want to give glory to Almighty God for making this occasion successful. On behalf of the University Management, the Faculty of Social Sciences, and the Department of Geography, I want to thank everybody here present. Particularly, I want to thank the Vice Chancellor of this great university for giving us additional 3 PhD holders to replace Professor OOU Oyesiku. Without doubt, we are actually going to miss Professor Oyesiku. On this note, I want to particularly thank all the database present, the former visitor of the university, the professors, former vice chancellors here present, and other participants. I want to wish you all I'm Johnny Masses back. It is a nice pleasure having you here today. Thank you.
Thank you very much. The chairman of today's occasion is the Pro-Chancellor and the chairman of Governing Council of Olabisi Onabanjo University, Professor Toyin Ashiru OON, the Vice Chancellor of Olabisi Onabanjo University, Professor Ayodeji Agbola. With your permission, another distinguished personality at the high table, may I now invite the celebrant of today, Professor OOU Oyesiku, to please step forward for the derobing exercise. To do this, will be the Pro-Chancellor of this great university, the Vice Chancellor of this great university, and of course, the Registrar and Secretary Council of Olabisi Onabanjo University. Thank you very much. It is now time for us to witness. I've been informed that, words Pastor best. Thank you very much. The signing out of our distinguished scholar, intellectual entrepreneur, the man that has touched the lives of every geographer, transport specialist, logistic operators in Nigeria and beyond, is now signing out for the last time, retiring, but not, I'm very sure, will not be tired as the journey continues. Thank you very much. Vice Chancellor and the Registrar of Valedictory University are conducting the signing out of our distinguished scholar, Professor OOU Oyesiku. Of course, immediately after the signing out, we'll have the formal closing of today's program with the recitation of the national anthem, the first stanza of the national anthem. Of course, Nigeria will hail you today. Distinguished Professor Olukayode Oyesiku, we hail you, sir. Congratulations. Thank you very much. Can we give him a round of applause? Can we appreciate him better? Thank you very much. He has come. Of course, he has seen, and today, everybody can testify to the fact that he has really conquered. Thank you very much. Another round of applause for Professor Olukayode Oyesiku. Thank you very much. Mr. Vice Chancellor, the Pro-Chancellor of this great university, who is the Chairman of Governing Council of Valedictory University, today is the Chairman of today's program, Professor Toyin Ashiru OON, other distinguished personality at the high table, distinguished Senator of the Federal Republic, and former Governor of Ogun State, and of course, the former visitor to Valedictory University, the immediate past Senator representing Ogun East, distinguished Senator Lekan Mustapha, His Royal Highnesses here present, other distinguished personalities in our midst, distinguished members of the audience, great Nigerian students, and the greatest of the Nigerian students, greatest Popo, and the greatest Agba, and the greatest Agba Kulu. Now I implore us all to rise as we recite the first stanza of the national anthem to formally declare the program closed. Thank you very much. On behalf of the celebrant, we should join him back to your various destinations. Thank you and God bless us.